Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Scott Sports Time. This is a new channel. It's only my second video on this. Give me time to work out what I'd like to do and stuff like that. But right now, we're going to cover a little bit of history on it, on sports and stuff like that. Certain things that have happened on this date. The date today is May 16th, and so yeah, we're going to try that out and see how this goes. Hopefully, you enjoy this. So, the first thing come across on this date, May 16th, 1894. A fire in Boston destroys the South End Grounds baseball stadium and 200 other buildings. So on May 16th, 1894, a massive fire, often called the Great Roxbury Fire, started during a heated game between the Boston Bean Eaters and the Baltimore Orioles. While fans were distracted by an on-field player brawl, a lit match or cigarette carelessly dropped under the right field bleachers ignited the wood stadium. High winds quickly pushed the flames from the rotting ballpark bleachers into the adjacent densely populated residential neighborhood. The blaze burned through 12 acres, destroying over 200 buildings, including a schoolhouse and multiple tenements. Just nearly 1,900 residents were left homeless. Remarkably, no fatalities were reported. The South End Ground Stadium was completely reduced to ash because the ballpark was heavily underinsured. It was quickly and cheaply rebuilt, reopening just weeks later on July 20th, 1894, during the reconstruction. The Bean Eaters played their home games at the Congress Street grounds. That is insane. They rebuilt a stadium in 2 weeks. So what kind of stadium was it? Just some boards to sit on and stuff, more than likely. Kind of hard to say on that. Let's take a look at some other things that have happened on this date. In 1927, New York Yankee Bob Musso steals second, third, and home. 1932, MLB New York Yankees fourth straight shutout, the equal record set by Cleveland and Boston. In 1933, Washington Senators infielder Cecil Travis becomes first in MLB history player to get 5 hits in his debut game. So there's the first guy to do it in his debut game right there. In 1953, Philadelphia Phillies Curt Simmons gives up a lead-off single, then retires the next 27 in a row in a 3-0 win over the Braves at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Either the first guy or the last guy. You never know. 1954, Ted Williams gets 8 hits in his first game since breaking his collarbone. He only got 8 hits. Guy can hit anything, I guess. May 16, 1955, heavyweight champion Rocky Marciano successfully defended his world title by defeating British challenger Don Cockell via a 9th-round technical knockout at Kezar Stadium in San Francisco. Marciano dropped Cockell 3 times before the referee officially stopped about 54 seconds into the 9th round. This was the 5th defense of Marciano's undefeated heavyweight reign. Cockell, the British and British Empire heavyweight champion, was considered a massive underdog but showed immense durability. He absorbed punishing body blows and managed to hold his own despite Marciano's relentless pressure. The fight became increasingly physical, and Marciano sent Cockell through the ropes at one point in round 8. In round 9, Marciano, the undefeated champion, floored Cockell twice for counts of 8 and 7 before the referee stepped in and ended the brutal onslaught at 54 seconds. Following the bout, Marciano praised the Englishman's resilience, stating, "He's got a lot of guts. I don't think I ever hit anyone else any more often or harder." Conversely, Cockell's team lodged complaints about some of Marciano's tactics and the officiating, allegedly that the champion had resorted to roughhousing fighting. The victory improved Marciano's legendary career record to 48-0. He was a beast. He was a beast, Marciano. Let's see what we got here. 1957 Copacabana Brawl, often called the Copa Incident, was a famous May 16, 1957 altercation at a New York City nightclub involving several New York Yankee players, their wives, and a group of heckling patrons. The fallout led to massive fines and a franchise-altering trade. While celebrating infielder Billy Martin's 29th birthday, Yankees players Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford, and Hank Bauer were at the Copacabana Club watching entertainer Sammy Davis Jr. A nearby table of intoxicated bowlers began heckling Davis with racial slurs and taunts. When the Yankees intervened to tell the men to quiet down, a physical fight erupted. During the scuffle, a Bronx deli owner and bowler named Edward Jones was knocked unconscious, suffering a broken jaw and a concussion. The Yankees organization fined Mantle, Berra, Bauer, Ford, and Martin $1,000 each, while pitcher Johnny Cucks was fined $500. Though player Hank Bauer and later Copa bouncer were identified by witnesses as the one who threw the knockout punch, Billy Martin took the brunt of the blame from the Yankees management. Just a month later, on June 15, 1957, the Yankees traded Martin to the Kansas City Athletics. The incident and subsequent trade shocked the Yankees clubhouse and prompted legendary manager Casey Stengel to make one of his most famous quotes when explaining why he only punished some players. He said, "I'm mad at Mantle too for being out late, but I'm not mad enough to take a chance on losing a ball game." Yeah, I mean, isn't that the way it is? The better you are, the better chances you got from not getting into trouble, especially back then. In 1965, Baltimore Orioles Jim Palmer pitching his debut game. He beat the Yankees 7-5, and he homered in that game. Mike, 1972 Philadelphia Phillies slugger Greg Luzinski. I remember him. I was only 12, but I remember him. Big man. He hit home run into the Liberty Bell Monument at Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium, an estimated 500-foot shot. Man, guy was strong, I'll tell you. In 1975, Muhammad Ali TKOs Ron Lyle in 11 rounds for a heavyweight boxing title. Lyle didn't have a chance in that one, if I remember right. 1976 Stanley Cup Final, the Spectrum, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Guy LaFleur and Pete Mahovlich each have a goal and 2 assists as Montreal Canadiens beat Philadelphia Flyers 5-3 for a 4-game sweep of the series. 1977, Muhammad Ali beats Alfredo Evangelos in 15 for heavyweight boxing title. In 1979, National League approved sale of Houston Astros by Ford Motors to John J. McCullum for $19 million. In 1980, 34th NBA championship, LA Lakers beat the Philadelphia 76ers 4-2. In 1981, Houston shortstop Craig Reynolds hits 3 triples as Astros beat the Cubs 6-1. 3 triples, man. 1982 Stanley Cup Final, Pacific Coliseum, Vancouver. Three-peat for New York Islanders, sweep Vancouver Canucks in 4 games with a 3-1 Game 4 win. In 1984, MLB Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Steve Carlton hits a grand slam home run off Fernando Valenzuela in 7-2 win against the Dodgers in Los Angeles. In 1984-1985 season, which concluded in early 1985, Michael Jordan played 82 regular season games averaged 28.2 points, 6.6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.4 steals per game. He shot 51.5% from the field and 84.4% from the free throw line, leading the NBA in total points scored with 2,313. In the regular season, he averaged 28.2 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 2.5 steals, 0.8 blocks, almost 1 block a game. Field goal percentage was 51.5, free throw percentage 84.4, and he averaged 38.3 minutes per game. In his first postseason appearance, Jordan played in 4 games and averaged 29.3 points, 5.8 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 2.8 steals per game. This season he was Rookie of the Year, NBA All-Star, All-NBA second team. 1985, the NHL Clarence Campbell Conference Final, Edmonton Oilers beat Chicago Blackhawks 4-2. And in the Prince of Wales Conference Final, Philadelphia Flyers beat Quebec Nordiques 4-2. Now on the tennis side, on May 16, 1994, 18-year-old tennis star Jennifer Capriati was arrested in Coral Gables, Florida, and charged with misdemeanor marijuana possession. The arrest occurred during a police visit in search of her hotel room, which was initially prompted by a tip regarding a teenage runaway. Police went to Capriati's room at the Gables Inn looking for a 17-year-old runaway. Though the runaway was not initially in the room, police received Capriati's permission to search and found an undetermined small amount of marijuana. The runaway and a 19-year-old male, Tom Weinman, later arrived at the motel parking lot in Capriati's car. They were both arrested after detectives found them in possession of heroin and suspected crack cocaine. Capriati was charged with possession of marijuana and released following the arrest. She checked into a drug rehabilitation center and ultimately settled the misdemeanor charge by agreeing to attend drug counseling. The incident resulted in the termination of her major endorsement contracts with Prince and Diadora. So there's another example. The better you are, the more you get away with sometimes. That sounded like a lot was going on there. 1996, Sammy Sosa is the first Chicago Cubs to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. In 1997, Montreal Expos, trailing San Francisco Giants by 9 runs, come back to win 14-13. And in 1997, Gary Gaetti with the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman, if I remember right. He hit his 2000s. He got his 2000s hit. In 2019, Brooks Koepka in the PGA Championship fires tournament record equaling and course record 63, 7 under. Lead the PGA Championship by 1 stroke after the first round at Bethpage, Black, New York. All right, guys, so there you have the history for today. I hope it's something you enjoy. I'm going to give it a shot. I know there's a lot of guys out there doing baseball and football and stuff like that, and it's great. They're great. I love watching a lot of the guys out there. Where I'm located, I'm in Southeast Asia right now. I have to pay a lot of money just to be able to watch anything. It's difficult to get the games, and plus with the 12-hour difference, instead of the games being on in the afternoon, they're on at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to try this. Let me know if there's something I can add to it for you that you'd be interesting to hear about. I'm going to try and put the scores on here as an overlay and stuff, so you don't have to look at my ugly face the whole time. The scores will be for, I think it's for May 16th. I'm 12 hours ahead of you, so that's why I try and don't do this until after 12 noon here, and then we're on the same date. But I'll try to put the scores out for, I think it's May 15th games, baseball, whatever, game, basketball and stuff like that. So we all know where you can get your scores and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy the history that I came up with on this. And if you want to know where I get it from, it's called, let me make sure I give you the right name, onthisday.com. But there's another one I get history stuff from also. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, this is only my second video, so hopefully it's something you're going to enjoy doing and stuff. Like I said, let me know if there's something that you can't find or it's difficult to find where you're at, anything, and I'll see if I can do it. All right, guys, have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be. We'll see you next time.